You're watching DIYNate. If you enjoy this video, please consider subscribing. Don't forget to tell me about your project in the comments. Alright folks, on this quick episode of DIYNate, we just came back from vacation at the beach in South Carolina with a ton of sand dollars. And they do not smell very good after you bagged them up and brought them home. A lot of them have cracked and stuff. But we're going to go ahead and put them in bleach water, and we're going to see how this looks. We mixed half a solution of bleach water, half bleach, half water in here, and we're going to put these in and see how they do over the next couple days. I'm not sure how long it'll take for them to turn that cool white color, but we're going to go ahead and get them in so they'll stop smelling funky, and we'll just see what happens. We got so many of these sand dollars, it was crazy. So I'm just going to dump them all in and let them work themselves out over the next couple days. So there is our sand dollar trough that we're getting going. We'll probably put a lid on it so no animals or other funky things come after them, and we'll just see how that does. Alright, that should keep riffraff out of there. Well, this is kind of gross. This is what happens if you leave your sand dollars in water for a couple days without putting bleach in there. So that's pretty nasty. You're going to dump that in the yard and then see what's left, but it smells awful. And flies are dying in there, which is really gross. Okay, so just from letting them sit for a couple days, they've turned a little bit white as we cleaned them out. We've poured water over them twice. We haven't applied bleach yet, and we're about to put the bleach over. Warning though, it does smell awful. Got our liquid bleach here, punch a hole in it. We're going to go ahead and pour it over our sand dollars. I'll put quite a bit in here. Yeah, they do smell awful, so keep that in mind. We'll start to see the bleach working. This is probably an excessive amount of bleach. We're going to go ahead and put some water on it. You can see I've got about an inch in there. Go ahead and put that water on there. You can see how quickly it's turning the sand dollars white. Whew, bleach smell. Pretty hardcore. We're going to put a top over it. Let's take a look down there one more time. See what that looks like. Pretty cool. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and rest this up on our porch for a couple days. And you can already see it. I'm going to shake them a little bit without getting bleach on me. Back and forth a little bit. You can see we went from a dark color already starting to turn white. We want to try and get as much under that water as we can. Set this guy up here. Again, we're covering it so no animals or anything else jump on it. I'm going to turn this guy upside down to avoid more fly problems. Since the other side was kind of porous. That's going to create a top for us. And we'll let that sit for a day or two, and we'll come back and check it. But that is what we got going on. We'll come back and give you the results later. But should make for some good Christmas ornaments. Hopefully they won't smell as bad as they did before. All right, we're going to take a look under here and see what these sand dollars are looking like. Look at that. Here we are with our Clorox solution. It's been almost a week. You can see some of them are flaking and falling apart. They're looking pretty good. I don't know that you need to leave them in nearly this long. After a day, they looked about this good, but we're probably going to dry them out here in a day or two. I'm just leaving them in there because I'm being lazy, and I don't really want to mess with that project in this heat. But I'll get around to it soon and put some plastic out and lay them out, let them dry, and go from there. It's been about a week, probably longer than we needed to. I think one day would have been fine, but let's see how our sand dollars are looking. There they are. They're nice and white. As you can see, this is kind of bleach water. And what we're going to do, we're going to drain the bleach water with a little strainer, and then we're going to lay them out on some plastic, and then we'll let them dry in the sun for roughly most of the day. Then my daughter wants to get these things painted. I'm excited. She's going to make them look like Christmas ornaments or something like that. So we'll see what she decides to do with them. But let's see how this project continues. We've got a little strawberry strainer here just to keep the sand dollars from falling out. And we're going to take our Clorox or bleach water and pour it down our drain. Probably get some elsewhere. As you can see, I guess I don't really need that drain, but once we wash it out again, you'll see the benefit of that. There's our bleach stuff. Now we're going to run a rinsing of water on top of these just to rinse off all that bleach, since we're going to be doing more with it. So let me grab a big thing of water here. Okay, so now that we got our sand dollars mostly washed out, You could move them into another container. That's probably the best bet since you can see all that sand in there. I really don't want to put my hand on the bleach just yet. So we're going to just pour in a fresh round of water here. Those sand dollars are looking bright white, which looks great. That'll make for some nice art and Christmas decorations. So we can rinse them out a little bit. And you can do a couple rounds if you wanted of water. I think one should be sufficient. But there we go. And you can wear gloves as well if you're worried about your hands getting bleach on them or whatnot, but for the most part, that should be okay. So we're ready to set these things out in the sun and let them dry. Lay out some plastic on our table out here. And this will just be used to lay our sand dollars on them, let them dry. All right, here we go. So we got our sand dollars. Start laying them out. Again, you could wear gloves if you're worried about chemicals on your hands, but I'm not too worried about them for me. So there we go. Broken ones over here. Nice ones over here. We collected a lot of these, which was pretty cool. It was like shooting fish in a barrel a little bit. You can see these all turned out really well. A lot of broken ones traveling and probably in the slosh bucket that we made. Yeah, this turned out really well considering how many of these things we found. Some of them turned out way better than others. A bunch of parts and pieces, so I think that gets the general thing. We got 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24 of them, so 2 dozen, not bad. So our sand dollars have been out here all day. It is the afternoon to the evening. They feel nice and dry, and my daughter is ready to paint them, and they are nice and look really good. So we're ready to keep this show on the road. Got the broken ones over there. I don't know if she'll come up with something creative for the broken ones, or if we'll just paint these, but we are thinking about doing Christmas ornaments. We just came from Fripp Island, South Carolina, and my daughter is probably going to make some ornaments for the family members, right at Fripp 2025, family reunion, something like that. So we'll see what she comes up with. She's pretty creative, and we'll let her have some fun with it. Here's the aftermath of my daughter's hard work. She made me a nice little DIYNate sand dollar, and here's one with a whale shark. Pretty cool one there. Very nice, good work. Those look pretty great. What's your favorite? This one's pretty slick right here. There's some good ones. With this project, the only reason I didn't start with the bleach water combination to begin with was I didn't have any bleach in the house, so we had to go out and buy some. So I started out with putting water in there by itself. Really, I should have probably just started with the bleach water mix and could have been done in a day instead of doing the whole clean out process. But I figured it would be kind of neat to show the transformation and how much different it was to have water in there versus putting the bleach water and what really happens when you put the bleach water together. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Have a great day.